Hello everyone, welcome back. This is the fourth part of our car modeling tutorial. So in this tutorial, we'll start creating the front grille of the car, and then we'll try to finish the front area here. So let's go ahead and check how our front view looks. Okay, so we have some horizontal bars there, and then we have the same part just like what we created in the top here. So I'll use the same approach that I used here for this top. I'm going to deselect everything, shift right click, and choose create polygon tool. I'll start from here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Then I have to continue on the same thing. So let's go down here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So once we're done, let's press enter. Now let's go ahead and check it out in the perspective view. It's getting created down here. Let's bring it up to the front. Okay, and we can actually align it to the same area. Okay, I see that there's big difference here, but that difference is there, so we can leave it as it is. But if I look at the side view, you can see that it needs to go further to the front. So I will do that. I will bring it further to the front. Okay, and as you can see, the center area is going to be up front, and as it goes away, it has to be pushed inside. So what I'll do is I'll select these vertices and push them slightly in. Okay, we can also take a look at the top view here. Okay, something like that. Let me select next set. And next set, when I do that, I have to make sure that I'm selecting just the area that I want. Okay, and you will notice that the one that is about here, what we created before, it's not having a nice smooth shape. So what we can do is I'll just select all these three edges, and I can just move him slightly like so. This one also. Now you'll notice that the other side is not getting updated, so we'll have to make a duplicate once again. Now let's check. Okay, it looks good. So now I'll make a duplicate once again. I'm going to delete this duplicate that I made before, and now I can select this one. Let's go to edit and choose duplicate special options. Now here's another small trick that we can do. If you want the changes that are made in one side to be automatically updated to the other side, then you can turn on this instance. Okay, but keep in mind, while you combine it and make it as a single object, you should not do this. So this is just for our reference for now. Then later we will delete the other side and create one more duplicate. That time we'll make it as copy. So if I make it as instance, now notice what happens. I have the same exact duplicate, but if I make a change to one side, it will automatically affect the other side. Okay, so while we are working, we can just keep this style so that whatever changes we make in one side, it automatically gets updated to the other side, which is good. So now even for this one, we can do the same thing. Now, when you make the duplicate, make sure that you have the pivot point in the center. Okay, and I see that these guys are a little bit inside, can come out. Keep in mind, tweaking is an ongoing process, so we keep on making changes until we are satisfied completely. Okay, so so we have this other side. So what I'll do is I'll go to edit, duplicate special, go to options, and we keep all these settings as it is, and click duplicate so we get the other side. Okay, looking good. Let's check the side view, and I might have to push this a little bit up. Now keep in mind this has to connect to the other one up there. So go to the vertices, select these 4 vertices, push them up. Okay, looking good. Now let's look at the front view. I might have to adjust this a little bit more. Make it a bit bigger. Okay, nice. So now we just have to connect these vertices. Shift, let's right click and select. Shift, right click and choose multi-cut tool. So start from here, 1 to here, press enter. 1 to here, press enter. 1 to here, press enter. Okay, that looks good. Now let me just align these 2 vertices to the exact center. I'll press X to snap it to the grid and click and drag. Do the same here so that we know that it's aligned to the origin. Okay, now just for our eye level we can further tweak this. Starting to look good. Okay, so now we have to make some extrudes. So going from there we need to make further extrude and then create the rest of them. I'll go ahead and choose these edges. So 1, and I can also double click on this last one so it'll select all these other edges. Press shift, extrude. Let's go to the front view. We have more clear vision here in the front view, so I'll just push it down. Okay, so let's take it till here. This would be 1 level, and I can just pull this up there. Take this all the way here. Let me check in the perspective view. Okay, I think I can just bring these a little bit inside. Let's look at the front view, like so. This can go a little bit backwards. Maybe something like that. Let me just select this one vertex, bring it inside. Like so. I'll make one more extrude now. This time I'm just going to do the extrude for this one vertex, this one edge. I will extrude just this one edge. I'm changing the move tool. I'll take it all the way till here. Okay, and let's align this to this point. Okay, so I think that's further away. Click on this one, push it inside like so, because it needs to come out all the way till here. Okay, I'm gonna make a series of changes, and let's see, I will insert an edge loop here because this has to cover up this area. Select this one, push him forward like so. Select this edge, make one more extrude. This time it'll go closer to the wheel, and this can be further away. Okay, I think this one has come in too much. Can be further away, and this one also can be further away. Okay, so now what I'll do is I'll make one more extrude. This time it's going to be including all these edges. So just one extrude that will go all the way down till there. Good. And these can be raised up. Okay, so that's the front. I will do one more extrude here. Extrude, push it in, press 4 so that we can actually see these vertices. You can see that there are two vertices. Let's merge them. Select both. Shift right click, merge vertices, merge vertex. Looking good. I think it has gone too much inside. Let's check it out. Check this out in the front view. I think I can push all these things front. Then a little bit inside. These ones also. We have a little bit of mismatch between this one and the one that's above. We can just make sure that they both go well. Okay, let's look at the side view once again. Just keep this away. Okay, so now we need to create a contact between these two. What I'll do is I'll just merge them together first. So select that, shift select this. If you want to keep them as separate also, that is fair enough. All we have to do is just make one extrude from either this side and that side, and then make that extrude stitch to this edge. Okay, so in my case I'm going to combine them. So select that one, make sure that you're in object mode. Select this one and shift right click and choose combine. So now it is one object. Now notice when you combine, you will lose the duplicate. We can get it back, meaning that we'll have to create it again. So now what I'll do is I'll just select this entire edge loop by selecting the first one, double clicking on the last one, and doing the same thing here. So once we select all of them, shift right click and choose bridge. Okay, make sure that you don't have any divisions. Just click bridge. Let's reset, click bridge. If it doesn't work, there's something wrong. Okay, the bridge didn't work because we have the number of divisions to be different. So what I'll do is I'll just add one more division here. Select, shift right click and choose insert edge loop tool and just add an edge loop here. Hope that should fix it. Let's do the same thing once again. select this first one, double click on this last one, select this first one, double click on this last one by holding the shift key. So now what I'll do is go to shift right click and choose bridge. Let's go to the options and reset everything. Click bridge. There you go. So we have the bridge. Okay, so once we have the bridge, we still need to work further just to make sure that the ones that are on the top are slightly indented compared to the ones in the bottom. So I will just push these ones. We might have to add more divisions in between, but for now we can just leave it as it is. Okay, so tweak it until you're happy. So I hope that looks good. And now what we'll do is we'll make a duplicate. Now before making duplicate, we have to change the pivot point to the center, and we can also delete the history, because by the time we have made so many changes, it would definitely have some history information. I'm pressing insert key to get the pivot point, and I will turn on the grid snap, move it to the center of the grid. Turn off the grid snap, turn off the pivot point by pressing the insert key. Now we'll make the duplicate. Before that, we'll delete the history. So go to edit, delete by type, history, and now we'll go to edit and choose duplicate special. There you go. Okay, that starts to look good. Now I will just snap this to the center, turn on the grid snap, snap it to the center. Let me do the same thing for the other one. This one also, so we make sure that everything is snapping to the center and it looks perfectly good. Keep in mind, in duplicate special, I have turned on the instance, so whatever change we make to the one side will automatically affect on the other side. Okay, so let's see what we can do further, because we still have more space to be created down here. Okay, so I'll select all these edges from there right till here. One more extrude. Let's push it down. I'll turn off the grid snap to make sure that it comes out nice. I might have to push these slightly inside. Let's see what we can do. Keep it till here. Maybe I will just scale it a bit. Okay, now we can just keep it all the way till here. Okay, that looks good. Let me go ahead and select this, press X, snap it there, looks good. And finally, one more extrude I will do from here till here. So extrude, push it inside, press X, there you go. Now this one I will have to merge with this point. So what I'll do is I'll select the object, shift right click and choose target weld tool. So this will help us to just click and drag, snap it there. Select it here, press 3. Okay, that looks nice. Now for this grill area, what we will do is we'll have to make a small extrude, show that these ones are slightly projected. Okay, so I'll select all this, shift right click, extrude, push it out. Not too much, just a little bit. Okay, so now let's press 3 once again, and you will see that it has some little projection. Looking good, but we have a small problem. That's because of the extrude. It has added 2 faces, which we don't want. So I'm selecting both of them and deleting them. That puts it in the right place. You will also notice that these vertices are not snapping to the center. So I'll turn on the grid snap and snap it there. You might have to do it the same thing here. Looking good. Now let's see how we can connect this inside area. So what I'll do is I will go ahead and select this edge, this edge, this edge, and this edge. I'm going to do an extrude. Press the W key for move tool, then just simply push it down. I'll turn off the grid snap. Okay, and we need to connect these to each of them. So to do that, I'll press select, shift right click, choose target weld tool. Okay, so this one is going to be targeted towards this one to here, this one to here, this one to here, this one to here. Okay, because there are two of them, they're getting confused which one to be selected. Okay, so I'll help you with the selection. I'll just select it by myself. Press V to snap. V is just nothing but point snap. Okay, so I just did a point snap. We have to select like this so that both of them will be selected. Press shift right click and choose merge vertices and merge vertices. Okay, so now what we have to do is we'll create these horizontal ones inside. Before that, let's take a look. If you're not really happy with this final result, what we can do is we can also do a small extrude to create a bit more depth. Okay, so push it slightly inside. I think that looks much better. We just push it further inside and make a rotation like so. Okay, now let me go to face, select this face, delete it. And you'll notice that these vertices are not in the center. Let's press X, snap it to the grid point. Okay, so now instead of just extruding the grill from there, we can also just create them with the help of cubes. I'll go to create, polygon primitives, cube, bring it over, or probably cylinder. Okay, whichever you think to be good, you can use. I think cylinder is much better. So let's go to create, polygon primitives, and cylinder. Rotate it horizontal. Let's make the divisions, rotation to be 90. Let's make the division to be something like 6 or 8. I think 6 looks much better. Okay, we don't need any cap divisions. Let's make it smaller but longer. Okay, let me place him where we want. Now I can either apply a bend deformer and bend it, or we can just do some advanced modeling techniques itself. Let me just add a division here, subdivision height, maybe 2 or 3 divisions. Okay, so now what I can do is just select these and bring them front. Select this one, bring him like so. Now I can make a duplicate of it, just push it up to wherever you want. Okay, and what I can do is just select these 2 end vertices and scale them in. Okay, make sure that it's staying inside. Looking good. One more duplicate, push it further up like so. Let's scale the whole thing. Just want to make it a bit smaller also. Okay, looking good. Let's just select this one, make another duplicate, push it down, maybe take it slightly out. That looks good. Okay, so that's the grill there. Let me select it, push it slightly up. Okay, so basically position him wherever you think to be suitable. Okay, fine. So now let's take a look at the front. We have one more small grill here, so that would take up almost the space as this one. So I'll just bring this slightly down, slightly down, slightly down, like so. And this is the approximate shape that it is going to take. So let me select like so. Maybe I can even keep it here. Okay, and we'll create one more edge loop here between these. So let's go to select edge. So select one edge, press up arrow twice, which will basically select the edge ring. I'll press shift, right click, and choose connect components. So that basically adds an edge loop exactly through the middle of that. So now let's select this, push it all the way till here. Okay, so now we can start to create this shape. Like so. Looking good. Now as you can see, we're getting the shape that we wanted. Okay, so now what I'll do is I will make a small extrude here. So I'll select 1, 2, 3, 4 faces, extrude, and then I can scale it down like so, push it down a bit. No, that's too much. I think I'll have to scale it down also. Okay, let's take a look here. And you will know that we have to delete these two faces and bring them closer. I can select this vertex, press W, press X to snap to the grid. Instead of pressing X, we can also turn on the grid snap. So push it inside, do that. Okay, I think it looks good. Push it inside like so. Turn off the grid snap. Okay, so let's look at the perspective view. Let's look at the image. Okay, so now what I have to do is just create an extrude of these ones. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 faces. Extrude, pull it out just a little bit. Now I can also push these ones a bit inside. So that starts to create that shape that we wanted. Let's look at the side view. And if you want, you can also push these ones a little bit further, because I think it has further push towards the front. So what I can do is I can just select these edges. So 1, 2, and 3. So these 3 faces, if I can push them forward like so. Okay, you can do the same thing for these ones. So that's like 1, 2, and 3. Okay, let me just push them forward here. I like the appearance that was before. let's see. Let's try to create this shape. If we like it, we can keep it. If we don't, we can just push it back to the way it was. Okay, so I'll just have to push this also further up front. So I think it looks overall good, and it is as per the reference image. Maybe I'll have to just select all this and do a small rotation. Yeah. Okay, so that looks good. Let's create a small extrude for this headlight area so that it'll look a bit more softer. Okay, especially when we press 3 to smooth it. As you can see, it looks much nicer. Okay, so I have a small problem here because I made extrude. I'm supposed to delete these faces. So 1, 2, I'll have to delete. Okay, so that looks good. So this completes the part 4 video of the car modeling tutorial. Hope you like so far. If you liked the video, please hit the like button. You will also find the other parts in the same playlist. You can also subscribe to my channel for more tutorials, and also turn on the bell icon to get notified when I make a new video. Thank you. See you in the next part.